Welcome to your first Java programming tutorial on object-oriented programming. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you an object called ArrayList. So this one is different from array because array is just a fixed dimension and they have a fixed number of primitive types that you can put in there. But an ArrayList is an object that you can add unlimited amount of objects into them. Remember that this is an object, and then it can only hold object. So any of the primitive types, like the integers and doubles, they can only store in array, but not in array list. But in here, like string is an object, so string it can store inside an array list. So how it looks is like this. So first you have to import it. So import java.util.ArrayList, and then inside here public class open browser. So public static void main string args. Inside there, you're going to create an object called ArrayList. So ArrayList, and inside there put 2 pointy brackets. And then inside there is your data type. So I can put my own object I have created, but I will teach you how to create an object in the next lesson. But for right now, you know that string is an object, so you can put string in there. So here is a string, and then give it a name. So I'll just name it people name. So put the equal to a new. So you have an object, you always have to use the keyword new. So array list pointy brackets, and then inside the pointy brackets you also have to put the data type and then also a parenthesis. So that means that you're creating a new object of a array list. So after that, you can put in any of the string you want. So here are 3 methods that you can use in here. So first is your object name. So people name, that's your object, that's for the array list object. And the dot add, you can add whatever the data type in here is. So in here I can only add a string, and then any other data type I cannot add it in there. So string I can add John. So this is my first name, and then put a semicolon after there. That will end the statement, and this one statement is going to add an object to the array list. So after that I add one, so I can use the people name dot size. This will check how many object is in this array list. So if I system out this, I'm going to get a number of 1 because I have 1 string object in there. And then after that, I can also use the people name dot remove. You can remove an index of, so I'm remove index at 0, and then I want to system out this again, and it becomes 0. So add, you can add any object you want, but remove, you can only remove by the index. So be mindful of that. You have to remove by the index, but not by the names. And then after that, the array list works the same as a array. So you can print out all the object inside the array list using the for loop. So this one is the same, so I'm not going to go over that. That's basically it for this lesson, but it's a pretty short lesson, but you get my idea about the array list. So this was still the fundamental to learn a object-oriented language. So this array list is very important. It can only hold objects, and on the next lesson I will teach you how to do an object, and you will have fun with objects, and it's pretty interesting, and it's more real life related applications. I will give you one homework, and that homework is not that hard. So your homework will be to let the user input several objects of strings. So you will have name number 1, name number 2, name number 3. So after the user input until they reaches number 0, that's when your program ends. So after it ends this, so after the finished input, there will be 3 options. So first option is easy mode, the second option is hard mode, and then the third option is the exit. So first, for the easy mode, you will be copying what's the display. So if the system display like the following: on day, whatever day you have, then who, the name of the person that's going to clean the dishes, and then after I finish this sentence, let the user copy this sentence. So let them copy the exact same thing. So inside here, I'm just using the Java language, so you should not have the double quote and plus sign when the user wants to copy it. So after they copy it, go match with the question. If the question is correct, then move on to the date number 2, date number 3, date number 4 until the user gets a name wrong or copy any of the characters wrong. So after they copy it wrong, you are going to display a result of how many days that they inputted correctly, and that will exit the program and then go back to the main menu. So they can choose from the same mode, or they can choose from a hard mode. So hard mode, they will prompt you for on day, whatever day you have, and then who will do the dishes. So the user have to input who will do the dishes. So if my first name is Johnson, so John will do the first dish. So on day number 2, who will do the dish? And day number 2, let's say Mary. So Mary will do the dish for number 2, and then day 3, day 4 until they get one wrong. So this will go into a loop until the user gets an error, and also display the result and go back to the main menu. So when they exit, it's self-explanatory. It's going to exit the program. So this is the only question that I'm going to give you for this lesson. So utilize the array list. So that will be very important to store all the names for unlimited amount of names, because you don't know how many children that the user have, and it's going to be extremely easy for you to do this instead of asking the user how many children they have and then create a fixed number of an array and then input it that way, because this one they can change the array size dynamically, and also when you use the ArrayList.size, it will give you the dynamic ArrayList size instead of the array which have a fixed amount of size that you can input in there. So this is an object. Object is very flexible and it's also expandable inside memory, because primitive types, it can only store that amount. It's not more, not less inside the memory. And then for the objects, it can expand or it can close to a very small amount or a very large amount based on the program process and also the user input. So this is the advance of object-oriented programming. So see you in the next tutorial. Next tutorial is going to be on your first object you're going to do. So it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be very different and unique from the procedural programming and also from the primitive data types. So looking forward to meet you in the next tutorial. Until then, stay active, be happy, and plan algorithms. I'll see you in the next one.